If you are 70 to 80 years old, discover the 5 secrets to a truly blessed life. As we step into the twilight of our lives, there is a profound shift in our awareness, a realization of our impermanence. With the knowledge that our days are now counted, we begin to ponder the question that truly matters. How can we make these years, this beautiful gift of time, truly blessed? For those aged 70 and beyond, the answers are surprisingly within reach, and they lie not in grand, unreachable ideals, but in the simple, conscious choices we make every single day. The journey towards a meaningful life in old age isn't just about drinking more water or doing exercises until our knees give way. It's about nurturing the intangible aspects that bring contentment and joy, things like a genuine smile in the morning, a sense of purpose, a calm mind, and an open heart. It is these subtleties, these 5 crucial secrets, that form the core of a truly blessed life as we age. Let me take you through them, and perhaps along the way, together we can discover the profound beauty hidden in simplicity. 1. Cultivating a joyful mindset, embracing positivity. Have you ever noticed how some older people seem to shine with a light from within, even though their bodies have grown frail? The secret behind this radiance is not expensive health supplements or tireless regimens. It's an indomitable spirit. It's their choice, every day, to see life as it is and greet it with grace and a smile. Imagine starting each morning with a choice. Do you let the aches of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow weigh you down, or do you embrace today as a gift? My friend Margaret, who lives alone in a small cottage at the edge of town, once told me, "Every morning when I open my eyes, I tell myself, 'Margaret, today is your chance to dance with life.'" She takes a moment, closes her eyes, and fills her heart with gratitude, even if it's for the simple pleasure of sunlight filtering through her curtains. Margaret's wisdom lies in her deliberate choice to see the glass as half full. She has learned the hard way that carrying anger or sadness is like holding onto a heavy backpack filled with rocks, a weight that becomes unbearable over time. So instead, she sets that burden down. As a result, her wrinkles tell stories not just of hardship, but of laughter, of joy, of a life lived without holding on to what did not serve her. She exemplifies the first secret. To cultivate a joyful, open mindset, one must choose to let go of that which is heavy and make space for lightness. Cultivating joy is not always easy, especially in the face of life's inevitable challenges. But it is precisely these challenges that give us the opportunity to grow resilient and find deeper meaning. Margaret often says that it was in the darkest moments of her life that she found the most light, because it forced her to look within and see what truly mattered. Each morning, she makes a deliberate choice to welcome the day with open arms, regardless of what may come. It is this resilience that turns her ordinary mornings into something extraordinary. Joy is not something that simply happens to us. It is a practice. Like a gardener who tends to her flowers, joy must be nurtured, cultivated, and protected from the weeds of negativity. Even when life gets difficult, choosing positivity can transform our experiences. As we age, it becomes more important than ever to let go of grudges, forgive ourselves and others, and recognize that every new day is a chance to begin again. 2. The true power of rest, prioritizing high-quality sleep. In our younger years, sleep was often the first sacrifice we made to fulfill ambitions, commitments, or adventures. But in the autumn of our lives, sleep is no longer a luxury. It's the very foundation of our vitality. It's not just about closing our eyes and drifting off. It's about creating an environment where our bodies can truly heal and rejuvenate. Consider the story of David, who, after years of struggling with insomnia, decided to embrace the wisdom of his ancestors. He adopted a simple routine. Each evening, as the sun set, David would sip a calming chamomile tea, listen to soft music, and read a favorite book from his youth. By 9 p.m., he would be in bed, ready to align with what he fondly called the hour of the pig, an old traditional concept that speaks to nature's rhythms. And what David discovered surprised even himself. The more he respected this sacred time, the more his body rewarded him with strength and clarity. Gone were the restless nights spent in front of a television. Instead, he began rising at dawn with a sense of newfound energy, his mind clearer, his heart lighter. The world seemed different to David, not because it had changed, but because he had restored the balance within himself. He reminds us that sleep isn't just a physiological need, it is an offering we make to ourselves, an investment in our well-being, so that we may meet the day with the fullness of our being. Sleep is also a time for our minds to process the day's events and find peace. David describes how, during the quiet hours of night, he feels his mind release all the small worries that once felt overwhelming. The body rests, but so too does the spirit. The importance of consistent, high-quality rest cannot be overstated. It is a time for the body to repair and for the soul to find its calm. David's journey shows us that when we respect our body's need for rest, it gives back tenfold, allowing us to live each day with vigor and mindfulness. David's story also highlights the value of ritual. Creating bedtime rituals, whether it's reading, meditating, or simply listening to calming music, can be transformative. Rituals signal to the body that it is time to unwind, helping us slip into sleep with ease. The more we honor these rituals, the more restful our sleep becomes, setting the foundation for a day that starts on the right foot. 3. Nurturing the body within, digestive health, and the path to vitality. They say our gut is our second brain, a center of wisdom that knows exactly what we need to thrive. As we age, it becomes increasingly important to nurture this inner ecosystem, for it is here that true vitality springs forth. Picture your digestive system as a grand orchestra. When each instrument plays its part harmoniously, the melody is sweet and the body feels vibrant and alive. My neighbor Helen, an artist who turned 80 last summer, swears by her simple but effective secret: portion control and variety. She invites friends over for lunch, serves fresh salads with vibrant greens, and makes hearty soups with seasonal vegetables. She laughs when people ask about her diet. For her, it's not about restriction, but about love, loving her body enough to give it what it needs, but never more than it can handle. Helen practices what the Okinawans call hara hachi bu, eating until she's about 80% full, allowing her gut to feel nourished without being burdened. This practice has kept her digestive system humming along, and she rarely has the kind of health issues that so many of her peers face. Helen's secret teaches us that true vitality is found not in abundance, but in balance, a gentle balance that honors the body's limits and respects its wisdom. Helen also believes in the power of diversity on her plate. Food is art, she often says, and our plates should reflect all the colors of the rainbow. She makes sure to include a variety of vegetables, grains, and proteins, each meal a symphony of flavors that delights the senses and nourishes the body. By avoiding processed foods and focusing on whole, fresh ingredients, Helen finds that her digestion is smooth, her energy levels are high, and her spirits are lifted. Digestive health is also about routine. Helen makes sure to eat at regular times each day, allowing her body to find a rhythm. She sits down to eat with intention, savoring each bite, and practicing gratitude for the nourishment before her. This mindfulness not only aids her digestion, but also turns every meal into a moment of joy and presence. Helen's approach teaches us that nurturing our digestive health is not just about what we eat, but how we eat, slowly, thoughtfully, and with appreciation. 4. Strength from within, maintaining healthy bones and joints. As we grow older, our bones become more precious, like the foundation of an old, cherished house. We must maintain them, keep them sturdy, and tend to them with the utmost care. Strong bones are the key to independence, to being able to walk through a garden or carry a grandchild without fear of faltering. Take, for example, the story of Robert, a retired schoolteacher who lives on a small farm with his wife. Each morning, he spends a few minutes basking in the sun as he tends to his chickens. Robert is well aware of the importance of calcium for his bones, but he also knows it's the sun that makes the real magic happen, helping his body absorb this vital mineral. He tells his grandchildren, "Bones need sunlight just as much as plants do. Let the sun kiss you each morning and you'll grow strong." Robert also practices low-impact exercises, stretching, tai chi, and light walks around his farm, activities that keep his joints fluid and his muscles supportive. He has found that while intense exercises may have been ideal in his youth, now it's about careful, thoughtful movement. Robert's story is a reminder that in this stage of life, nurturing our bones is less about intensity and more about consistency. Small steps taken daily, under the warm embrace of the sun. Robert often reflects on the importance of balance in physical activity. He understands that his body has changed, and he listens to it carefully. On days when his joints feel sore, he takes it easy, perhaps choosing to do only gentle stretches. On days when he feels strong, he walks a bit further. This balance allows him to maintain strength without overexertion. Robert teaches us that moving our bodies with respect and awareness is key to keeping them healthy. In addition to physical movement, Robert also believes in the importance of nourishment. He ensures his diet is rich in calcium and vitamin D through leafy greens, fortified dairy, and the natural sunlight that graces his farm. Robert's holistic approach to bone health is one that incorporates both movement and nutrition, reminding us that true strength comes from nurturing the body in every possible way. 5. Wisdom and boundaries, cultivating knowledge and letting go. With age comes wisdom, and yet one of the greatest lessons we learn in our later years is knowing when to let go, when to stop inserting ourselves into the lives of others and to start focusing on our own growth, our own fulfillment. As our children grow into adults with their own families, there's a delicate balance between caring and letting them find their own way. The story of Eleanor is a powerful illustration of this. After her husband passed, her children insisted she live with them. At first, Eleanor enjoyed the constant company. She cherished watching her grandchildren grow. But as time went on, generational differences began to show. Her daughter-in-law preferred a different approach to raising her children, one that Eleanor struggled to understand. After several disagreements, Eleanor made a brave decision. She moved back to her own home. She focused on rebuilding her own life, joining a book club, and taking up gardening, which had always been her quiet passion. Eleanor discovered that stepping back from family affairs was not abandonment, but an act of love. It gave her children space to grow as parents, and it gave her the opportunity to rediscover herself. Her relationship with her children actually improved. There were fewer conflicts, more laughter, and an unspoken respect that blossomed between them. Eleanor's story teaches us that there is strength in letting go, that true love sometimes means allowing others to walk their own path, while we carve out space for our own fulfillment. In the process of letting go, Eleanor found new purpose and joy. She began volunteering at the local library, teaching children to read. She started painting again, a hobby she had put aside for years. Eleanor's days became filled with activities that brought her personal joy rather than the stress of managing others. She learned that letting go didn't mean losing her family. It meant gaining herself. And in doing so, she found a depth of fulfillment she hadn't known before. The essence of a blessed life in our golden years. As we move through these years, the aim is not simply to add days to our life, but to add life to our days. The stories of Margaret, David, Helen, Robert and Eleanor show us that a blessed life after 70 isn't something unattainable. It is a conscious choice made every day through small yet meaningful actions. Cultivating a positive mindset, prioritizing rest, nurturing our body, keeping our bones strong, and allowing ourselves and others to grow independently. These are the cornerstones of living well in our golden years. These principles remind us that the quality of our life is defined not by the things we own or the achievements we amass, but by the relationships we nurture, the peace we find within, and the lightness with which we carry ourselves through the world. Life in our later years is also about finding purpose in simplicity. We often forget that true happiness lies in the small things: a cup of tea enjoyed in quiet solitude, a conversation with an old friend, the warmth of the sun on our face. Each moment, when fully embraced, becomes a treasure. Margaret finds joy in her garden, Helen in her meals, Robert in his farm, Eleanor in her painting. These simple pleasures give depth to their lives and remind us that fulfillment isn't about grandeur, it's about presence. So, dear friends, what choices will you make today to create a truly blessed life? Perhaps it's letting go of something heavy that no longer serves you, or perhaps it's smiling at the morning sun as if it were an old friend. Whatever it is, remember that aging is not the end. It's the beginning of a deeper, richer chapter. A chapter where every small joy is a miracle, every lesson a gift, and every breath an opportunity to live gracefully and gratefully. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the wisdom of our golden years. If this message resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone you love. Let's continue to walk this path together, growing, learning, and savoring every moment that life offers us. After all, these years are called golden for a reason. Let's make them shine,